Welcome back to The Pale Beyond. Back at week 21. Let's do this. Alright. Well, we have 3 people frozen. And since we're at negative this, our only chance of curing these people while they're freezing is this. Wait, it's a lot to do, lots of people to talk to, but first, we need to feed the hoosh pot. We're gonna feed it our caber seals, and the rest of our emperor penguins. And we're gonna feed quarter rations this week, half rations next. We're gonna feed the furnace. I was hoping this would last a little longer. We're just gonna have to make do with what we have, though. I mean, if it comes down to it, fish are actually pretty good. Although food would probably be better. It's better to throw this into the... Yeah, this would be thrown into the furnace, this would be used as food, alright. Because we're gonna get, I think, a demoralized person here. Alright, let's talk to gnomes. We've been held up here quite some while. Aye, please just let us work on our plates. We should be careful with lamplight. It's not hard to set the canopy alight. And we certainly wouldn't want to be trapped underneath it either. Gloomy one, ain't ya? Sorry, just cautious. Alright, talk to Natalie. Look at this, it's like we're under one big tent. Yes, I suppose so. So no more hunting then? For the foreseeable future, yes. Alright, here's hoping we have enough food last. Yes, let's. There's no point in hoping, it's either we do or we don't. There's no such thing as hoping. We can still scout, but everyone we put on there will come back freezing. Everyone. Because it's negative 46 degrees Celsius. Which is quite cold, in case you don't know. You can hold up here quite a while. Please have means some rest, finally. Just so that now, but you'll miss the chance to stretch your legs before long. Most likely, but for now I'll embrace the quiet. You hear those winds? Nothing about the winter's quiet, friend. And there's also nothing about... and there's also nothing quiet about being stuck with you. Ah, true. Dogs. You love dogs. Under the canopy is most cozy. If you ignore the fact that it's getting even colder, then yes. But I wouldn't give for a nice flask of hot cocoa at a time like this. Ah, why'd you have to mention it? That's all I want. Ah well, best safe for home, eh? Where's the beasties? And the rest. Something they may make a habit of in the coming weeks. You finally afforded a break from them. I'm only seeking the minuscule molecule of heat. Best get used to that too. Long winter ahead. Indeed. Alright, time to take requests. Well, Captain, sun will be getting up for quite a while. Welcome to our new home. Aye, this canopy ain't pretty, but she'll do us alright. Better than being stuck out in the blizzard. That I believe we can all agree on. It's a strong one, eh? Worse than any I've seen. I'll have to keep an eye out for any rips in the outer canopy. Don't want the heat seeping out. Or the cold seeping in. You see a single hole, you grab whoever you can to fix it. Just we heed their warning, Captain. This top is quite old and has clearly seen better days. Alright, no request. Captain, I hope you're becoming accustomed to your new setup. It'll be some time before we can leave this canopy. 21 weeks, I assure you, keeping track of time. It's been 21 weeks since we first set sail. 18 more weeks until rescue comes, correct? Yes. This will be long, but it won't feel as such. Even thoughts can freeze out here. I think the weeks will pass before you know it. Still, you have been in command for quite some time now. He's made for an interesting observation at least. All good, I hope. Well, Timothy flicks through the pages of his notebooks. Still believes it's unwise to claim the hunt has abandoned the crew, no matter how truthful it may seem. To spare the man's character did no favor for you among the sailors. You're right, I shouldn't have spoken with such clarity. I believe speaking of clarity wasn't the issue. We need a definite statement on what happened to him. But attacking the man's reputation only emboldened his loyal crew. Simpson flicks through the pages of his notebook. Disappointed by your refusal to take action against the Stoke and his music. You room for flesh disrespect among your loyalty. Authority. You look weak and ineffectual. He only is free to play his music. His music, yes, but as long as it amused me, this should not have been supported. Simpson flips through the pages of the notebooks. Must commend you for the incident during the must commend you for your action during the incident of the Leopard Seal. Your cool head and preparation meant to be able to avoid disaster. Kudos. Simpson flicks through the pages of his notebook. It'll be a long time before winter clears, but when it does, we'll be closing in our rescue point, which is also the last known location of Vice Count of Maple Coal. Do you still think we can find it? At this stage, it's impossible to know anything for certain. I wonder. You still hope to find the Caius Count? No matter, we've discussed it long enough. Best to get back to work. Alright, yeah, Templeton's probably my least favorite character in this series. I like Hammond more. He just seems smarter. Better than everybody else. Hammond's the best. Is that the same compass you carried in your third film? Indeed it is. I'm surprised you're able to pick up on those details. Well, I have seen it quite a few times. My family purchased a print of Through the White Waste for private screening, so I'm quite accustomed to it all. Through the White Waste? It must have been about this tall when the film came out. Maybe shorter. Canvas pack of yours. That must be 30 years old by now. Aye, and if you keep my equipment well maintained. All the same, aren't you? Of course, none of my trusty camera even gets scratched. No, we barely had a budget for the first film. Most thought the idea was set for disaster. To get the sponsorship of 10 beans to get this expedition off the ground. Remember those adverts? Newspapers ran them for quite a while, in fact. Had some newspaper clippings for research, building a portfolio. I think one of those adverts is in that folder. How'd you need so much research? Seems a bit much for one expedition. But this is for something else. That is? It's somewhat shameful to admit, but I keep record of historical figures and hope one day, well, writing a biography on. Biography? Yes, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I like to prepare projects that are in the realm of possibility, mate. I'd like to see that. Historical figures, eh? That's E for the criteria? Flattering, but that does make me sound old. I honestly, Kurt just bothers me. Not sure what it is about him. He just annoys me. I don't even know why. Alright, and then we get this here, which is the scientists, Dr. Arthur Nutley, Hammond, Cordell, all waiting for food. And I accidentally just clicked past it, but it's fine. Crew return to their posts, the long dark continues. You can choose who to spend your evening with. Let's choose to spend it with this hole in the canopy. Fix the bloody hole. Before we die out here. Alright, now this is very important. Nutley thinks he's useless. Is he gonna go in for a stroll? What? You were starting the exit for a while there. Oh, right. You're right. Yes. It's gonna be a long winter, isn't it? Should be. And the food we have now will last us, right? What are you getting at? Well, nothing. Let's screws off return to his tent. You see that, Shaw? Sends up with the doctor. You don't like it. He wants to take a little stroll. A permanent stroll. Out into the white waste. Out into the snow. Never to return. Because he feels he's useless and just a drain on resources. Captain, we're set in for quite a few weeks. We still have to find something good to pass the time. All sports are out of question considering the circumstances. Perhaps you can share stories of expeditions past. I have quite a few up my sleeve. I don't have any stories of my own to share. Don't worry, Robin, I have more than enough for the both of us. We may be here for quite some time. Let's get through them at a reasonable pace. Wouldn't want to waste every story I have in a single evening, wouldn't I? Well, I'll let you go back to your work for now. Arf, arf, it's the doggies. Arf. Miss Cordell, would you be able to calm that thing down? I'm attempting to make note of the day's work. Move with less Stanberry, overstimulated, with nowhere to take them, bored. How long before this creature tires itself out? Pack-down can remain active for several hours without taking a rest. Then it will calm down, perhaps, and is likely to act out again. How does anyone have any work done in their presence? They'll grow used to it. Remember to focus your mind. Focus on my duties at all times, thank you very much. Then you should have no issue. Arf. The dog. Everybody loves dogs. How do you say this one? Acceleration. You said this was a simple book. You certainly picked an interesting time to start reading. I'd bet. It's too dark to see anything most of the time. What brought on the need to learn? One can be strong forever. Whaling work will dry up. Still got time to learn something else. Hey. Ah, Doctor, you're back. You wanted off so soon after dinner. Is it on your mind? No, I was just planning to get an early night. Oh well, good night. Yes. Hey, the doctor. Well, he means well, let me see, how do we do this? Ask scientists to cook up medical comforts, cause we're gonna bloody need them. Oh, I accidentally, yeah, so we need 2 scientists again, which if you get Runt to become a scientist, I think you can do that. You can cook up some medical comforts. Not really needed. Let's see, we're gonna be able to cure 0 with that. 3 of our crew. I think 2 of them are gonna become freezing. I can afford to send, I think, 2 people out here who will develop frostbite. And since you'll also develop frostbite, we send all 3 into there, and then we can use the medical comforts if needed. I think this works. I'm good at maths half of the time. Not all the time, you know. Yeah, so 2 crew members without freezing, that's perfect. I mean, we can throw... Yeah, this will work, this will work. And then 1 crew member will come malnourished, which we will cure. This is fine. We cannot afford to go below 50 fuel, otherwise 4, yeah. Progressing to frostbite. Yeah, frostbite. That's good. Prince dies, now malnourished. We can throw... Yeah. Everything works, alright. Finally, I've done something right for once. Alright, let me go walk out into the freezing cold, grab a penguin, walk back inside, and then not even be cold. I'm immune to the cold, you know. In real life, too. And because we did that, we get 3 extra food, which ain't much, but it's something, right? It's not exactly going to be the best, but it ain't exactly the worst. Yeah, and these will serve as a bit of fuel for us for the time being. Engineers will raise the heat now. He should, yeah, raise the heat on himself, hopefully. Yes, he does. I mean, these 3 right here. The med bay. Frostbite. Will all get thrown into here. And if need be, we can use medical comforts to instantly cure all the crew. And then, since we're spending 50 food rations, 1 crew member will become no longer malnourished. We're doing the bare minimum of everything to survive. Oh yeah, we can also get a scientist to cook up medical comforts. But only do that if we have them at the end of the week. Mate, I'm losing track of the days. You're not alone there. Can you believe you've been holed up in here for 3 weeks already? 4 weeks, actually. Shite, you're joking. Afraid not. Shite. 4 weeks. You notice anything about the duck lately? Since winter started, he seemed off. More than usual. I think we should have some words with him. How's the what's doing? Overstimulated, bored, cramped. They'll grow used to it in time. Where's the state of the boiler? Cramped, but it works. Nobody's dying. Good to hear. Well, I heard one of them howling through the night. Stanbury, I doubt that. Stanbury is remarkably well behaved. Low bar for those animals. Better behave than most of this crew. Again, low bar. I had to make a concentrated effort to keep track of the days as of late. My estimates were not even a third of the way through. Yes, I wonder if there's indeed rescue waiting for us in the end. Harriet, now isn't the time for doom gloom. of course, but I can't help but think of the Vice Counts. The Vice Counts? Yes, I'm certain they expected rescue to come as well. Mr. Templeton, you wouldn't happen to have a spare pen, would you? It's so cold the ink in mine froze up. Afraid I have the same issue. Blasted, I'll have to warm up by the furnace then. Alright. Everything's fine, you tend to take requests for the week, which I was willing to, spend the engineers beforehand. Alright. We'll take Lefty. Captain, hate to do this, but you might move me to a new spot. It's getting awfully cold and these old bones are starting to crack. I don't hold special treatment, but I like to move closer to the boiler for warmth. I'm sorry, but you have to bear it. It's a bear, it'll get better from here. Everyone is cold, Lefty. That's no good reason to move. Figured you'd say as much. Ah well, it's worth asking. They're demoralized. Grips. Should have taken Grips first. Cap, did you mind if we moved to a different dance? Worry about the boiler. I'd like to be on hand in a case of emergencies. Would you be able to move me closer? Of course you can move there. Thank you, Captain. That eases me mind. I've had it. I've had enough. Night after night, week after week, those salters. Isaac, send me qualm, please. Apologies, but I cannot take their presence any longer. Loud, disruptive, and the mess they leave behind after dinner. Just want some peace and privacy. Is it too much to ask? Captain, I implore you to relocate me to another tent, anywhere else, as long as it's away from them. How about closer to the kennels, with the dogs? Fine. Honestly, the dogs are preferable at this rate. Sure, Templeton. Need to do something about Arthur. Arthur? The doctor. Right, yes, Dr. Nutley. Wasn't aware Dr. Nutley was proven an issue. He isn't. Since winter started, he seemed unwell. The pressure's starting to get to him, Captain. Surprised to see you coming up as the issue. I didn't think you'd show concern to a high-class landlubber. He was a good lad, means well. Besides, as part of the crew, Hunt picked him out. But it's no secret the good doctor carries a nervous temperament. Do you think it's beginning to affect his own health? Not alone. Junior, Belfold, and Darling all think so too. And it is quite noticeable. Don't worry, Grimley, I'll have a word with him. Good. Better sooner than later talking to him. Lad's barely hanging in there. Captain Templeton, I heard through the grapevine a good doctor is having a spot bother. Indeed. You might be able to help. You know the boy well, don't you? I should say so. How long have we been in the ice together now? You might be just the right man for the job, but considering the doctor's temperament, he's slowing down his work. Even he may threaten to stop altogether. Well, his own health comes above his work, wouldn't you agree? Both are a matter of grave importance. You speak of him then? I'm afraid that might be beyond me, Richard. What? Curtis Wright Templeton. He's not the man for the job. Quite right, Robin. I've spoken to Lad quite a bit, but I've never really made it through to the boy. Tough nut to crack. Want to have the right disposition for it. Too soft, I'd say. Excuse me. You treat him too softly. The young man's a doctor. He does not need to be handed with gloves. We need someone to remind him of his duty, behind his role. No surgeon's words. The boy's temperament's hanging by a thread. You want Shaw to approach with a saw. You said yourself, the gentle method proves ineffective. I said no such thing. Curtis Wright, no, they're virusing, yeah, because he already feels like he's a useless. I don't think exactly being harsh to him is gonna work, especially of how he already acts. So yeah, Kurt is right. Nutley requires encouragement more than anything. Thank you, Captain. There's no need to put more pressure on the lad. Encouragement, yes, but an emphasis on what's required of him. I trust your judgment, Captain. Best leave the talking to after dinner. No need to interrupt his work, Father. Let them know how you fare, Captain. Best of luck. Alright, now we're gonna get 2 more frozen sailors, and since we can cure 3, and then, oh yeah, forgot about the darn holes in the canopy. 4 here as well. Scouts, sailor, and 1 scientist. We'll get some medical comforts working. No one left. See? We're eventually going to get to a point where it's completely going to rip in 4 different spots and we can't even get them all. And that's going to cause someone to get frostbite each time, I'm pretty sure. About a quarter way into winter on my count. You have a different count by any chance? No. Damn, I was hoping you might. Alright, anyone else? I was meant to ask Mr. Templeton, who precisely is your area of expertise? Botany. Odd. How so? Botany is the study of plants, correct? Non-abundance of plants out in the ice. The meteorologist, the biologist, I understand. But why were you chosen? With much wider range of knowledge inside my field, I was chosen to be the head scientist of the expedition. But a benefactor, correct? Yes. Which reminds me, who is this benefactor of yours? I asked Hunt often, but he always avoided the questions. Avoided most of what I asked him. You ask many questions, Miss Belfield. Exactly what Hunt said. You seem adamant not to answer. Not to see it as relevant information. Everything's relevant, Mr. Templeton. You can only hide secrets for so long. We'll see about that. Alright, that's everyone we can talk to. Nothing important out here. Call the crew for dinner. Crew up their meal. I was going to examine the setup, but no, I didn't this time either. The crew returned their posts. Did you spend your evening with? Alright, let's talk to Templeton. Captain, I've heard mutterings on the crew that have raised concern. It would appear that our rations of tobacco are finally running dry. The crew have already been on edge in the winter again. I doubt this will improve the matters. Mr. Hammond and the sailors have been awfully fond of the leaf. We've been spotting them trading some food for more rations of it. Ridiculous, I know. Everything company did to supply us for long, at least. Yes, it was remarkable that he was even able to last as long as it has. Hunt must have consumed a quarter of the supply in his time on the ship alone. But the lot are quite addicted to it. A simple plant carries so much control over them. Personally, I never much cared for it. I tend to avoid any substances that could affect my body's chemistry. And you're the man who said he drinks so much coffee that he can no longer sleep without it. Really? Still, I have an odd respect for the leaf. There's something admirable about a plant that can steer human behavior so strongly. No wonder our benefactor sought wise to supply it in abundance. I heard sailors complain about the quality of tobacco, yet they smoke it anyways, regardless. It's most amusing, isn't it? The marks of the quality are no surprising. Certain consciences must be made in the name of the production after all. Just as they fund this expedition, they have funded countless ventures, countless discoveries. This is how their business operated. Do you believe they're simple, fortunate enough to have peaches growing in their backyard? I've dealt with simpler companies in my time in many corners. Focus on quantity over quality. It's a shame the two are not inclusive. But this is the unfortunate reality of our world. If some flavor is sacrificed in the name of providing such a necessity to the masses, then I consider that an overall positive, no? You may have your doubts, Captain. I understand that. Do I approve their eagerness to mine natural resources? To sell them off the cost they do? No. However, I understand that something, I don't know, he uses big words that I don't like. A lot of people try to use big words to sound smart. I do it too every once in a while. But really, what's the point of using big words with someone who can't understand it? If you really think about it, you're not too smart if you're just using big words to explain something to someone who's dumb. If you really were intelligent, you'd be able to convey something that requires extreme intelligence to someone that even someone who's dumb can understand it. Using big words does not mean you're smart. They have to convey something incredibly difficult to understand as someone not very smart is intelligence. So don't use big words that nobody understands. Here's back to what Templeton was saying. However, I understand that the something is the vehicle to scientific study. I have all the money I need to research these plants. I've seen several breakthroughs and discoveries that would not be possible without financial aid. If I return, I must supply them with a commodity to mass produce and sell off. Then so be it. I consider that a mutual beneficial agreement for all involved. You seem truly passionate about this. It's been a great deal of dying question and disagreement, Captain. I don't think I simply took it blindly. I weighed my options, and time again, I knew good fortune our benefactor had afforded us. I apologize, Captain. It's not like me to ramble on like this. I suppose the tension of winter has begun to affect me as well. Perhaps a cigarette even helped myself. Perhaps I simply need a good night's rest. Good evening, Captain. Good evening? Oh, it is evening. I can't even bloody tell. Captain. Is there an issue? Crew are worried about you, Arthur. Oh, right. Captain, I must apologize. There's no need to apologize, Doctor. But there is. I know not what you've asked for in a ship's doctor. I'm nervous, mind's often scattered, and the sight of blood, well, it makes you faint. How the qualities befitting of a surgeon, are they? I love how there's just no, that what are you given the role? Almost like, hey, you were too friendly of Arthur. You need to find a way to get him to run out there and die in the cold winter. We got your back. You're a fine surgeon, nonetheless. Captain, there's something I must confess. The reason Hunt took me on against all the candidates was because of my father. Was Hunt a relative of yours? No, it's not that. Well, you see, my father was Hunt's father. They're quite friendly and well, my father called him a favor. And you know that for certain? Well, not for certain, but it's quite clear. My father was so proud when I took the expedition, believed he could finally toughen up his boy. I was obsessed with that. No matter what I did for him, he always came back to how tough I was. You can see how that works, don't you? I've had no issue with your work, Captain. There's no need to protect my self-worth. I know where I stand. Some of the crew have been kind to me. Too kind. But whether it's harsh words from Tableton or pats on the back from Kurt, their eyes are all the same when they look at me. A burden, another mouth to feed. So prove them wrong. But I don't believe they are. I've tried, but I don't accept it. My cowardice leaves a drain on the crew's resources, shamefully. Perhaps it's better of me to just not be suggesting what I think you are. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. I suppose I'm acting foolish. Now isn't time to lose my nerves, or remains of them. So sorry for worrying you, Captain. He walks off, making his way back to the tent. Clearly, much is on the doctor's mind. Why are you pressed up against the lamp? Trying to read. Too dark for anything like that. Mission you home, aren't ya? Wherever that is. Not long now. We can hope. Alright, now that's everything I can do. There's no need to get those crew members back on their feet. This week we're doing normal rations to cure the one malnourished sailor we have. And normal fuel. Yeah, this is the only way we can survive through the winter. I'm pretty sure we still have 2 more weeks of this. Maybe 3. I don't think we definitely do not have enough resources for that. But as you see, we're losing some decorum. Unfortunately, 2 Johns and Mr. Gloss now freezing. That does mean actually we could send out 1 man to go get penguins for us. And still cure them all. So I'll send out one of our demoralized crew to do this. Yeah. Lefty. If you're not freezing. Actually, we only have 2 frozen sailors. Bloody hell, I wish I had, Oh, actually, I just only need to spend 1 sailor here. Can throw the other one of Kasha. And then still make medical comforts if it's needed. 12 crew members left. Is it enough? Who knows? Winter can't be over soon enough. This is the longest we've gone without any proper exercise. Well, the English. Need to get something to drink. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot to put ice in here and the tea's warm. Oh well, just have to make do with what I have. Well, Winter's granted me plenty of time to read by lamplight. Perhaps one should use this time to exercise their mind instead. Hells. What? It's the most obnoxious thing you've said so far. It's almost oppressive. I don't find it impressive. Wait a minute. Mr. Zack can teleport. He's right here. But if I walk into the tent, he's right here. I don't think I've ever seen that before. At least not on the same floor. It's because the only time I've ever seen that before was on a ship. Interesting. Because it didn't just disappear. Mr. Hammond, in my hands, a write I've been working on over the winter, intended for our benefactor. Be good for you to have a look over the material. Let me know if there's anything missing. Aye, sure thing. I've had dripping oil everywhere I can. My research is quite important. My work isn't. Of course it is. Could you attempt to clean your hands at least? With what? All the ice water? We'll certainly have a cloth somewhere. Here, take this as your own. Aye, thanks. Hand cloth is actually embroidered by Don't Care. Aye. That's enough food. Of course, we're doing half rations here again. And we're finally out of normal fuel. It's a shame, really. Aye, we still need one penguin to be thrown in there. It's a shame, yet again. Alright, any requests here? Captain Shaw, Oh goodness. Out of breath, calm yourself. Is it an emergency? Well, this might sound mad. Out of it. I saw it, clear as day. I looked out in the snow and I saw it. What? The Boar. Oh, Captain, next order of business is... I'm not joking, I know it sounds mad, but I saw it. 12 feet tall, covered in thick, bushy white hair. As such creature exists, the winter has clearly gotten to you. Some of my eyes are playing tricks on me too, but what if they weren't? What if there was a beast like that? If we caught it, it could feed us for 3 winters, no 4. You're not suggesting winter hunting, Paddy. Won't travel far, Captain, think about it. Well, as long as you want water off this blizzard. I tried this once, but I died of no decorum. I don't really want to send these men out here, but I'm afraid it simply must be. We'll send 2 Johns with him. He's probably the size of the Boar. Don't worry, we'll keep it safe. We'll explore winter, who knows what we might find. Nothing but death and ruin. It's ridiculous. 2 Johns to Quincy, York III and Flick have been marked down for hunting the Boar. Captain, could you move me into a new tent? I'm stuck in me all winter. Well, it was a proper place of your family. Well, child. You most certainly are. Won't need him looking over his shoulder all the time, sir. You need your own space, then. Aye. Can you, Captain? Now, your father should be watching over you. I'm not a child. Outbursts like that won't convince us otherwise. Fine. What's... Hammond's okay, Templeton's okay... Really, the only thing I have to worry about is Hammond. He's not that loyal. I don't think you can ever actually really get up to the top of here. It's kind of hard. Also, the only one of these... There's only 3 members here who are ice savvy, and this one's hobbled. And I'm not sure how much of use she'd be in ice. But Clave Hammond's really the only one out here who knows about ice. Don't Claudie, whatever her name is, Cordell, tell anyone about ice. Fine. Captain Templeton. Mr. Higgs. Call me Tucker. Mr. Higgs is fine. Something you require? I'll be nerve-wracking all day. Well, I say all day. I can't really tell what time it is anymore, can ya? Suppose not, but... That's for your head, Captain, doesn't it? What, Templeton? Yeah, he can be quite a bother, yes. I bet. Mr. Tucker. Higgs. Mr. Higgs. You come in for requests or not? Days barely exist anymore. Nothing to do around here but pass the hours. So you have nothing to request? Nah. You simply came here to make idle chatter. Okay, aye. Nothing better to do. Aye. Captain? If you want to pass the time, you'd be happy to clean up after dogs. I'm gonna say it, yeah. Splendid idea, Captain. Wait, I didn't say I wanted extra work. Wish to keep busy, this is a task that needs doing. Shit. Captain, it seems the winter is beginning to take a toll on the crew. Oh yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and go follow me in Rumble. And man, Templeton annoys me. I wish we could have someone else here. Man, he's just so annoying. Just look at his face. He has that annoying face. We should take great care to ensure that the mines are active. We should have a good deal of winter to work through. Now, I'm pretty sure we don't have enough crew members for this. When we step out here, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be 3, and I don't believe we have enough crew members because of how many we've already spent. It's quite too many. Boy, old man, today's your birthday, isn't it? Surprised you still know what day it is. But hey, these old bones grow even older. Can't imagine what surprise you have planned. Actually, I had accumulated a car of wooden whale before you when we set off. Oh, and where is that? We're done at the ship. Nah, what's the thought that counts? You don't have that book yet? Almost. You want to trade? Right. You'll need to send it back to Mr. Zoc when you're done. Okay, you have to turn this stuff gently. I got Tucker to clean up a bunch of dogs, man. That was funny. He didn't want to do it, but I still made him do it. I'm not sure why, but I find this bloody hilarious. Because I'm pretty sure we'll get one after here, even 2. Okay, yeah, so let's examine this more. Yeah, Templeton, still dogs trying to steal his food. The scouts are over here, but now York III has moved over here. Kasha's still talking with everyone, except now she's talking with Cavity. Tucker's staring out there like, man, I can't wait for this bloody winter to end. 2 engineers are over here, scientists as well. Lefty's just staring at his food like, man, we don't have any food at all. Of course, Tasha's just not looking at his food and holding it. As always. I don't think he likes eating food. Crew return to their posts, Long Dark continues. Juicy to spend your evening with. No, okay, so we only need 4 crew members there, I guess, because of what we had to do earlier. You step out of your tent, you notice Nutley approach. Captain, been thinking a great deal over the last while. And thank you for speaking when you did. I needed that. I've certainly made this expedition more difficult than it had the right to be, to my previous cowardness. And I'm sorry for that, Captain Shaw. I love how they're just putting him down. Yeah, it's quite the headache. No. Intiby, I'm happy to see you've had the same sense. How my father's doing. This side of the world, I wonder if he's thinking of me. My mother and my sister too. There's so much I must return to. Pauses for a moment before presenting you with an envelope. Captain, if I fail to make it back to the world, would you bring this letter to my father? Take the letter. Put the letter from Nutley's hand and give him a nod. Doctor gives you a nod back. Thank you, Robin. Hope I won't need to deliver this. Nutley gives you a nod and makes the way back to the tent as you make your way back to camp. The letter rests in your hands. I'm not gonna read it. It's his own letter. I'll never read it. Until the camera's off, then I'll read it. I'll go back in time, read it. Hey, there's so much to do. Bloody hell, it's already 8:41. I started recording at what, 12 o'clock? Hey, I'm quite tired too. Didn't get good sleep last night. Took me until it was 5 o'clock at night to fall asleep. Then I woke up at 6 o'clock, couldn't go back to bed. Only an hour of sleep. I was quite tired. Laid in bed till about 7, 8 o'clock. Then got up and, walked around, put some things away. Watched a documentary, eat breakfast, and now I'm working. I'm not sure what it is, but I've been having more and more trouble sleeping. I missed the winter. It was so easy for me to fall asleep back then. Nowadays, it's so hot. Can't even fall asleep during the summer. It's not like this southern Utah's been getting cold. It's been too warm as of recently. Haven't had snow in a year. That's one thing I miss about Wisconsin, is the snow and the cold. I just loved it, the cold was nice. Just standing out there, you didn't even need to do anything, just being in the cold. Or even in the cold air felt nice. Anyways, back to playing the video game. I noticed something. What is that? Looking at some of these older photographers' photographs, a few of the dogs have grown quite a bit since we first landed. We've been here for quite some time, yes. It'd be interesting to see a time lapse. Don't expect the rest of us to grow taller as well. That reminds me, I've never interviewed you yet. And you might just be the most interesting member of the crew. I'm a member of the crew, there's no need to interview me. I disagree. That's so. There's so much I'm curious on. What led to the dog handling? Why the accent? Why are you Lady Cordell? Do you recall the figure of speech regarding curiosity in the cat? Yes. I thought you were more of a dog person. That was a joke. I'm aware. Take it from me you're not interested in answering my questions. Not in the slightest. Understood. Alright, nobody wants to talk here. Ah, runt. Is the winter over yet, Da? Boy, you're sick of it, eh? I was sick of it when it started. I want to move. Not much longer now, I'm sure. Hey, now, what the bloody else was I gonna do again? 2 crewmen are gonna be freezing. We can cure 3 of their... Oh yeah, that's right, I already did that. Can't send anyone out in an expedition either, not that's worth it if it's cold. Had to make do with what rations we have. Half food rations. And full fuel is fine. I mean, bloody hell, I wish I could do full fuel. But I don't have it. The resources on me yet, so 25 root food rations and 10 fruit. Okay, yeah, everything works here. And you know what? We can actually do this twice in a row if we just throw everybody on there, but since all 4 of these guys are gonna come back like wounded. Yeah, wounded, we're looking for the war. I wanna know what happens. Alright, a lot happened. Not good, but it still happens. I'm throwing that special, I'm throwing the elephant seal in the furnace. Check the penguin. Let's go back inside. Soup. Feed the hoosh pot. This is the last of the penguins, eh? At least we get 3 extra food of that. Would wish for a bit more, though. Elephant seal. We don't have much left. Bloody hell, you're malnourished as well. Well, honestly, that's fine. The rest, wait, what does wounded develop into? I need to check. Does it just kill after? I'm not sure. I don't really need to do that. Medbay. You guys, because you're also freezing. Command to rest. And you... We'll think about medical comforts if needed. Oh, no. Scout team. Well, actually, oh no, yeah, they're in there. Okay. Okay. I must say, Doctor, something in your walk as of late. You're holding your head high. Oh, thank you. Sure you're eager as the rest of us. Not long now before we'll be able to stretch our legs outside again. The subject, I was running a physical exam in preparation of returning to work. Do you mind? Of course not. This won't take long, I hope. It shouldn't. Yeah. I don't remember what happens here. Wait, what happened with the bar? Hope it was something good. If not, I might just rewind. We're already on week 32, actually. It does skip quite a few weeks when you're doing this. So when you prepare for a week's worth of food, it fast forwards multiple weeks in the future. If you had to survive from week 22 to 32, you would not live. You would just die. Which also makes me wish there was some super hardcore version where you did. But gave you a little bit longer to prepare. You know what? I have a genius idea. Make a game like this, but in a jungle. Instead of making them go week by week, make them go day by day. Smaller rations, less people needed for this and that. But more micromanagement is needed. You need to think a week into the future. But you can only work a day at a time. Morning. Wouldn't it be finally clearing up, eh? It's about time. God. Remember when those bloody penguins showed up on camp? Seems ages past now. We've certainly come a long way. Aye. I'm not getting sentimental now. Can't wait to get moving again. You smell that, Lefty? Can't smell anything. I can't. It's the smell of winter clearing up. I'll be out of this bunker before you know it. It's close to a party. Well, Tucker, never pinned you so eager to return to work. Shite. Ah, man, that Tucker. One of my favorite characters. Captain, I should apologize for my demand a few weeks back. You should, not a single sight in this beast of yours. But I've got us cuts from the blizzards to show for it. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was certain I'd seen something. The long darkness can play tricks on your mind, no doubt. More disappointing, Captain Shaw. Such delusions should never be encouraged. Right, I'm sorry again. Nothing. Captain heard you turned down Timmy's request to move tents. It's good to have the boy at my side. Still can't believe the lad snuck around. And then all this. He's been growing every day. He's been growing. It's good to see that at least. Thank you for letting me keep an eye on him. Captain, I was returning from the standard physical exam and well, I request you meet me at the medical tent this evening. If there's an issue, why not present it here? The individual involved would rather this be handled privately. Apologies for sounding too cryptic, just after dinner. So wait, what does wounded turn into? Does wounded kill? Because if so, I'm just gonna go back and redo that, because I just wanted to see what this did. I kind of wish that we killed a polar bear, and we got to eat it. Also made us curious when the issue the doctor had encountered that requires your summons. If I needn't pry, a private matter is a private matter. That's the one bloody good thing about Templeton. He's not nosy. And the rest of this bloody crew. Screw their meal. I think I might have to use... No holes in the outer tent. Well then, we can afford to grab one penguin. Because two will get... Oh no, we only have enough fuel for half. That's right. We can't really afford to throw anything more in here. If we can just throw that into the furnace, it does nothing, and there's literally no point in it. We don't have any of the, yeah. Alright, no, this is not good. We'll send 3 crew members over here. They will develop freezing and eventually turn to frostbite. But that is 3 penguins I can throw in here now. 1 more is needed, really. Aye. Fine. Almost over now. What? Remember when the wind would scare the shite out of you? You'd hide under your blanket and cray until it ran away. Don't tell anyone that, embarrassed. Didn't hear a peep from you all winter. I'm grown now. You have plenty of growing ahead still, Timmy. But hey, you're getting there. What's with you? We've got a keen eye in that medical tent. Something concerns you. Or you, apparently. Are you bored that you've been shut out of a meeting for once? You are. Don't care much for secrecy. Coming from you, that's bloody rich. That's bloody rich. Captain, don't let the cold in. Captain Shaw, to what to be other visits? Kasha, this is actually a private matter. You might get out of the tent for a moment. Oh, very well. Kasha exits. But Run's still here. He's probably, it shows him up as here, but he's actually all the way over there, somewhere in New Jersey. By New Jersey, I mean above the boiler. That's New Jersey, anything above the boiler. Anything below the boiler is Florida. I'm a genius, I know. You best not be dying, Kurt. First a thought. Notice the rhythm of his heart. It's difficult to determine the cause of our further examinations. But as it's concurrent, my diagnosis is I don't know what that is because I'm not a doctor. Years of adventure finally catching up with an old tracker. Well, it could be genetic. That's just a guess. Still, some unusual rhythm is no issue. Have you experienced shortness of breath while sitting down? Well, fatigue, a sudden cough when you lie down, dizziness, and there's some swelling in your ankles as well. Who's to say that? Kurt, please, I'm trying to help. Yes, I've experienced it. How much longer does he have, Doctor? Bloody hell, I'm not dying, Robin. Well, it's manageable, but you'll have to take it easy for the rest of the expedition. Number hole in equipment. Very well. Prefer to drink by the crew refuse. Tough but fair. And well, they believe that Kurt's not fit to leave the lifeboat once we set off. Now, Doc, that's just not possible. I'm the navigator. You can't honestly expect anyone else to handle that sort of duty. You can at least provide guidance, Kurt. Yeah, no. Nelly has a point, Kurt. It's not safe. Sell them or it. Health comes first, Kurt. Entire crew's health is at risk while not navigating those boats. Kurt, I won't mince my words. You could die. We all could. Ugh, I don't want to argue with the author. We won't be getting anywhere doing so. It's up to you, Captain. It's true. Do you think it's worth the risk? Kurt, you're not fit to lead the boats. I order you to rest. But... I won't argue. I trust your judgment, both of you. Thank you for seeing reason, Kurt. Thank you, Doctor. It was a good catch. Oh, and let's not tell the crew about this, will we? They need them fussing over it. No man is due his privacy. I respect that. Suppose we should be getting early night then. Kurt exits. I don't exactly think that's the bloody right decision that I want to make, but it's a decision I have to. I prefer Kurt to specifically only. You wake to standard barking and see one of the dogs being excited by something. Aye, the ice is cracking. You spread for your tent, you're not alone being woken by the dogs. Yeah, from by, yeah, spreading out. The dogs leave from the kennels. Wait, southwards. Wait. Whatever rushes across the cracks and pursue dogs. They shifts beneath you. You sense something falling, then smashing. The lamps. Else, what the fake is this? Oh no, flow is splitting. Quick, we need to move, now, no wasting time. Nelly and Costa rush after the medical tent, Nelly carrying his bag slung over his shoulder where Costa's hands are filled with notes. What is this? The ice is splitting. Not all of your work. You're gonna carry, yes. Not good, your tent's going under. What? No. My equipment. Don't go back that way either, you understand? Something turns to Kurt. How should we handle this? Captain, we need to get out of this tent as soon as possible. Everything past this point is going to be swallowed up. Hurt them on, everybody haul what you can, move. Crew gets to work on furnace and lifeboats on as fast as they can. With the ice breaking quickly, you only really can save one tent. So supply tent, kennels, and medical tent. So kennels, one of Cordell's dogs howls in fear. You see the digging tools for the hunts, a large double-barrel shotgun and a warm bowl. Yes, to jump inside. Junior Hammond already lifted the cushion and furnished. The remainder of the hunter lever sealed, the crate of African tins, spice crate, and the engineering tools left behind the sink below. Stay what they could. There's still the doctor's medical tools and storming medical comforts to be saved. Bloody hells. I want to save the dogs. Once Doc crosses the yard, hunting supplies, guys splits farther, the tent sink below. Can't be collapsed. I would have left and get all this, you know. I should have remembered this and just thrown everything I could in there. True stain, yeah. We actually might sink here. For each injured crew, there's a more likely chance that you'll sink the lifeboats, as they cannot properly maintain it as they are sick, hurt, and dying. If that is the case and we do sink, however, I will just restart it and remember. Wait, none of this matters. You guys can read this if you want. I just don't feel like it. Holy hell, it's not working. There we go. I'm a bit tired, honestly. Sign off. Aye. Well, we don't got nothing. Medical bay. It's better to cure the people who have multiple. Or the people who have the severe conditions. Unfortunately, that is no one. Use medical comforts. I wish I could still go again, even though I'm using medical comforts. Oh, that's right, we don't have any. Alright, and the furnace, ask engineers to raise the heat. Nothing I can feed the furnace, we're out of resources. Can't throw the bloody research in, unfortunately. A hoosh pot. Nothing we can do there either. Smell the air, Doctor. This holds, we're better in no time for a sail, let me tell you. Wasn't that fortunate? Kurt, please be careful out there. I will. We're in the open sea. You excited, Quinsley? About time we got off the ice. I'd like to be able to lead one of these lifeboats. With the glory, eh? More like Kurt than me. It's not hard. I want my life put in the hands of another. Fair. But Captain, I'm just triple checking my notes. I'll kick myself if I end up leaving anything beside in the ice. Now to hope my report doesn't take a dip in the ocean. Hope that we all don't take a dip in the ocean. Do we have to go into the water? You're scared? Yes. Can't exactly go to land without crossing, can we? Ice breaks often moves. The right direction? Maybe not. Running out soon. Aye. Nervous. We have to be careful. We don't know these waters. Oh, shut up. Try to look confident for the crew. Aye, we have a map. Vice Island's right there. We are right here. We have to sail this way, there. From here. Anyways. We're at the end of the game, which is where I'm gonna call it quits. Make sure to like, subscribe, and go follow me on Rumble. The last video will simply be the repeat of what happened last time, the ending. If you don't care about that, just skip it, go straight to the ending, none of it really matters. I'll skip past a little bit of it. The final loyalty checks I remember well. I know how to please the people in the right way. Well, know how to please the right people, that's what I should say, to get me loyalty of everyone, which I already have. Anyways, it's gonna do it. Make sure to like, subscribe, go follow me on Rumble. If we do happen to succumb to the ice here and we all die, I will restart it, not go after the Boar, because it just ends up in 5 of my crew members getting injured. And we'll just continue the week on. But if we don't sink, none of the lifeboats sink, as I have to get the end of all lifeboats. Otherwise we lose a lot of loyalty. For every sailor that dies, we lose like 5 loyalty with Grimly and Junior. For Navigator, it's 10 here, 10 here. I'm not sure what causes these guys to lose loyalty. People die. If an Engineer dies, he gets like 20 of this guy. I have had actually Nutley run out into the frost before, but my game crashed the moment he did. Quite unfortunate, but it's not an uncommon occurrence, but it ain't too uncommon either, my game crashing. But it's really any game. To have too many tabs open, the damn thing crashes. Also, real quick, important thing I'll say in both videos. I figured out how to record videos on my PlayStation. Meaning I could do all the games I have on my PlayStation I can't play on computer. I'll simply need one of those data extending hard drive thingies, plug it into my PlayStation, take the file off there, plug it into my computer, record it and talk over it there. And we can have videos of Skylanders. Or some other games that we have. But anyways, it's gonna do it. I do hope you all enjoyed, and join me for another adventure out into the cold soon, as in a few days we'll be diving into Frostpunk 2. Well, not a few, it's about 10. I don't know what day it is, actually. But, like, the 20th, Frostpunk 2 releases, I get it 3 days early. Not sure if I'm allowed to record videos then. I'll see if other YouTubers do the same, and if they do, I will as well. But we will be diving into Frostpunk 2 soon. And I'll be playing Frostpunk on the channel. I will just be playing easy mode, just doing a small playthrough, just playing through the game, really. Get myself familiar with the world of Frostpunk, that way when I enter into Frostpunk 2, it feels a bit more familiar than something vaguely new. Also, I'm thinking about doing Garden Warfare 2, not sure about that. The game seems sort of revival on YouTube, and I kinda like the game. Used to play a lot of Garden Warfare 1 back in the day. Man, I sucked at it. Wave 3 and I lost. That's so bad, I didn't know when to use abilities. I'd save onto them the entire game. Would never use a chili bean bomb. Would never use anything. Because I always wanted to save it for later. Ended up being my downfall. Favorite character to play was probably Fruit Pea. Shame he didn't make it into the Garden Warfare 2 new game. But yeah, join me for more adventures in video games. If you do have a request for me to play something, leave it down in the comments section. So I'll look into the game you want me to play. And I am starting something new. Once Frostpunk 2 comes out and we play through that game, I will be going back through the old games we didn't finish and completing them finally. Lego Lord of the Rings, all those old games I didn't finish, but still want to. I'm gonna do it. One series at a time. Slowly but surely making our way there. One episode of something new, and one episode of something I just didn't quite finish. But anyways, that's gonna do it. I know I said this, but also hit the bell, that way you're notified when I post, because sometimes I post 2 videos a day, sometimes I don't. Don't need to prolong this any longer. It's in the video. Join me in the next one. Sometime soon.